Hello again, it's Ben from 3DXR and Drone Authority and some other online drone shops. So we're here today to show you some of our new products and also do it in a way of a warehouse walk around so you can see what goes on behind the scenes. So to Drone Authority we added some Orca products, so two different types of goggles. We've also rearranged where we sell some of our products, so we've put our T-Motor AS fixed wing series on Drone Authority. So we stock the full range of those products. They're a really good value product for your fixed wing planes. We also have a range of the smaller and FPV T-Motor products, all available in stock here. So some of the most popular products, F60s, F80s, F90s, are available on Drone Authority. We have a wide selection of Torville backpacks and all their accessories, and we are actually just about to get some of their new products in, so we'll be filling our shelves with the popular pit stop backpacks and battery pouches and all the nice products from Torville. Also on Drone Authority we have a nice range of Foxeer products. We have a large stock of iFlight ready to fly products. We have them available to bind with DJI goggles, but we also have a good stock of ones on Walk Snail as well. Some of our nice bread and butter products like Toolkit RC, some of my favorites, their ST8 servo tester, that is a must-have on your workbench, as well as some of their battery checkers. They have a nice range of small chargers, so we do like Toolkit RC. Foxeer, we have quite a large range of their antennas, so all different types of antenna, types of polarization and types of connector. What we love at the moment is our Walk Snail stuff, so we have the full range of cameras, transmitters and receivers, as well as the Avatar goggles. So we do keep a good stock of all the Walk Snail items. Now, when you want to find something on either of our websites, you do have the search bar, which is quite rapid and it will bring up the items you want. And also on the website, if you click on the new product page or the latest products, that's going to sort in date order as when we've listed them. So it's a good way to check what are the latest products in either of our shops. Occasionally you might see a product that's had to be relisted for whatever reason, so it might be out of place, but generally that is the easiest way to find what has just landed, is to look on our new products and the latest products page. So here we have some of our fixed wing kits, so our sort of foamy models. Now we're here in the sort of hidden space. When we get these models in, these do come in by sea, so they're really bulky, and we have to have these sent over in containers, and the time scale from the factory to the UK, it is sort of 6 months plus. So when we do run out, there is a bit of a gap sometimes between restocking, but normally we get several hundred of each product in. So these ones are the XUAV Talon, so that's the full size Talon. That's actually the original one where all these other mini and nano Talons came from. So this is a 1.7 meter wingspan, and it's a really good wing. It does fly nicely, but it is a larger model. We also have from XUAV is the Talon Pro, or the Mini Talon Pro. So this is the latest small version, which is 1.35 meters. These have been very popular, much more compact, but it's also a really great, the wing's amazing, it's so efficient, it's a nice flying model that can be used. You can put your camera on it, you can do various things with it. So we just had 200 of these land, and at the rate we're selling them, they will probably sell out before our next delivery, unfortunately, but it is challenging to get these big products in. So here we have some of the Hexoon models in. So these come in from Q-Pilot. So these are their reference frames. So we have the very popular EDU 450, and then we also have the 650, a slightly bigger one. So these are a nice drone kit. They're very solid when they're assembled, and they come with the motors, the ESCs and the PDB. So it's just a case of adding your flight controller battery and your hand controllers to them. So they're always very popular for getting into this sort of thing for your, fitting your first flight controller. We also have in this section, we have our Q-Pilot section. So all my favorite products and what should be in every drone. We stock a huge amount, and we have the full range, and we also have them in large quantities. So the most common item is the Orange Plus. So you've got the standard carrier board and then the mini one. We have the individual cubes, blue cubes, Orange Cube, Orange Plus, all of the accessories, the extra wire. Some of our customers are buying several hundred or even into the thousands per month, so we do try and keep a huge stock of those items on the shelf, and we also work with some of our bigger customers to smooth out any ripples in supply and demand, so that we always have the products they need. As well as the cubes, we also then have HearLinks accessories. We have the latest GPSs, Hear Pros, and again we try and keep them on the shelf and also in box quantities where we can ship huge amounts to our customers that require them. So one thing I like to show you is Hobbywing products. Now they are sometimes, I don't know, overlooked maybe, but they do have a solid range of products right from sort of hobby and FPV all the way to industrial and commercial products. When I sort of first started using some Hobbywing stuff, there was a period where you might have had sort of clones, or unfortunately products on the market were just substandard. They do some really good products now. A lot of you may be familiar with the Skywalker range. So they're a range of plain ESCs. They did recently undergo some sort of incremental improvements, so they do work on a wider voltage range now, the V2s. Hobbywing also do a lot of ESCs that are used in, say, helicopters. So if you have a decent sized helicopter, you may have one of these 130 amp platinums. So they have the governor function, so they are a very common ESC in larger model helicopters. We also have a lot of BECs from Hobbywing, so all the way from sort of little 3 amp BECs to even up to 25 amp BECs that'll run off 18S. And these are all very good quality. One thing I use a lot in some of my fixed wings is these sort of twin packs of 50 amp ESCs. These can actually be used on a multi-rotor. I put them in fixed wing as well. So these have been in some of our MFE Believer builds, and they're just quite a nice ESC, good reliable ESC. And on some of their sort of big commercial size, we might have introduced these in a previous video, but they've got arm sets, and then one of their recent range of arm sets is the H6M series. So these use their latest ESCs, are available in CAN and normal PWM. They also launched a range of propellers with these, and I think this is a really nice propeller. They've got 22 inch and 30 inch, and there'll be more in the range. And some Hobbywing products people might be familiar with is on the sort of industrial side. If you've seen spray drones, they have this X range of arm sets. There's an X6, an X8, an X9, and these are quite a sort of rugged industrial motor. So the X8 series here, these are normally a sort of 30 inch prop, and that's what you'll see on these sort of agricultural spray drones. But they also make just a good sort of IP rated motor arm set for your own drone building and development on the larger side. So here we are in the section which nobody can pronounce their name. Is it SIA? Is it SIYI? We're still undecided after many years, but we do. They are sort of growing in popularity. They do a few products that no one else quite does. So some of their small cameras, you can't really beat a sort of £200 or £300 IP camera on a gimbal. That's pretty good. We have their hand controllers in stock, so we do keep a large amount. Also things like the HM30, that's quite a nice low cost IP link to your drone with good range. And then, like we mentioned previously, we do stock a good range of their cameras. So the A8 Mini, I think this is a little sort of star for a gimbalized camera in the few £100 range. We have a lot of their accessories and cables. We have some of their older products which are still quite good, so quite a long range sort of traditional style remote. And they do have a small range of autopilots and GPS as well. So they're not as popular in this market, but we do stock all the products they sell. Okay, so our T-Motor section I think takes up the most space in the shop. And I can actually see there's some behind the camera as well, which I forgot about. But location, then we have Overflow. So I think this is overflow of various products. This wrap is a Thunder 300. So that's a 24S ESC. Now, when you're using something this size, the box and the packaging isn't really relevant. So what you might find is these huge ESCs that are, these are sort of turning 6-foot propellers. It's probably it can be on sort of manned, or it can be on the big cargo drones. You don't get some of this stuff packaged up. It is meant for a user, it's going straight into a place. It's a very specific purpose. So we try items like this, you don't sell them every day, but what we aim to do is have them on the shelf so that when the person needs these, they're going to get 8 of them is most likely. We've got at least, so for T-Motor, we basically have all their products and we scale the amount we have based on got from T-Motor. These are the AT section of ESCs. So we have all the way down from a little 12 amp ESC up to the 195 amp. And these are the fixed wing ESC range. We also have our Alpha ESCs, and again we have a sort of range of popularity here from 40 amps all the way up to 120 amps, and kind of the middle of the range is the most popular, the sort of 60 amp. We have a high voltage and a low voltage version. Flames, they're a good multi-rotor. You can also use them on fixed wing. So again, we've got the full range of them, even up to 200 amps on those. AT fixed wing motor set. So at the beginning of the video, we introduced some of the AS series fixed wing. So they're the sort of value range of fixed wing. The AT, you could say, is the premium range. They also have a bigger range of motors. So you have some overlap in the sort of small, 2.3 to sort of 2.8 size. But then in the AT range, you actually go up to massive 80/30s, sort of really big motors. And they are the sort of premium fixed wing motor, so we like to use these in our fixed wings. We have the U series of motors. So these have actually been around a long time. The U3s, U5s, U7, those were really early motors from T-Motor, or Tiger Motor as it was called back then. They've been around probably 10 plus years, and they are still a good motor. They're still a popular motor. They're still a powerful motor for what they are. And in the U series, you go down to U15, and then within that range, you go up to XL and double XL. and they are the big, huge motor that will also drive these big, up to sort of 6-foot propellers. As we've been walking along there, we've sort of gone underneath some of our propellers. So we stock the full propeller range. So within the propellers, you have different series. So we have the P series or the polished series. We have NS, we have glossy, and then you also have folding propellers. You have folding carbon propellers, folding composite propellers, and we keep all the sizes in. And again, we keep our stock based on sort of demand as to what the most popular ones are. In T-Motor still, we have now the MN range, the Navigator range, but that also encompasses the anti-gravity range. So the idea of the anti-gravity name is that they're really efficient within that series. So again, we have from tiny little motors all the way up to some of the huge big motors, and we stock them proportionately. And the last bit in this room for T-Motor is the other propeller sets, which I've touched on, is the folding. So we have folding carbon, which are the FAs. They're available, and they can be used in coax. So you can buy them as a push or a pull, and we keep the whole range of them up to 36 inches. Yep. We have the MF range, which is the folding composite ones. So it's not recommended to use MFs upside down or on a coaxial form. These again start as small as 13 inches and go up to 32 or 34. And what came out after the MF range is the Pro range. So an MF Pro. These are generally in the odd numbers, and they're just a sort of slightly different material, the Pro version of a composite. These ones are a really good value folding propeller, a lot cheaper than the carbon, but depending on your need as to which is the most appropriate prop. Finally, hidden away here, which I forgot about, is the NS range. I don't know what it stands for, but these are a carbon prop, and they're a very lightweight version of, say, the polished one. So these are the sort of newest shape, and again, these are from 14 inch to all the way up to 30 is the biggest, I believe. And they're becoming very popular range of propeller. So we have a nice range of chargers. So you can see over here we've got chargers from Gensace. We recently did a video on iCharger, so like very premium high quality charger. You might see in the background we also have a few other chargers, so Ultra Power. We do keep huge stocks of all this stuff. So these are all chargers in here, sometimes several in a box. As we mentioned, Gensace, actually for part of this tour, we haven't even showed you the battery shed. So there is, we thought instead of putting all our new products out on the table as we've done in past videos, we'd give you a little sneak peek into our workshop. And I mean, to give you an idea, we've only done a few bits of the workshop, so there's various lanes that you haven't even been down to. We've got bulk storage, we've got battery sheds that are kept outside due to the nature of them. And one thing you should know is, as this is our 4th or 5th warehouse now, what normally happens is as we get closer to the ceiling, it's now time to start making a new office. So if you keep watching, you might find next year that we will have realized our new vision, that we need more space, because it keeps, no matter how big our workshop is, we always fill it. So I think by the middle of next year we're going to move all of this into an even bigger warehouse that should hopefully fit all our needs in one place. So keep tuned for that. So as you've seen, having all this stuff in one place, it is hard to sort of navigate and find. The same way with when you're on a website. So do remember, there's a few ways you can find the products. The search bar on all our websites is pretty responsive, pretty accurate. You know, start typing in what you're looking for if it's specifics like 12S or whatever. And then also remember the latest products. We have a few ways to find those. So there's new products or there's latest products on the website, and they're going to display you the stock we have, the ordered or listed. So that's a way where you can see what we've recently published online. And also a lot of the products in here is because of you guys do buy our products. You also give us direction as to what new stuff to get in. So it's a big thank you to all our watchers of videos when we appear on Painless 360 that have also helped us grow and go on this journey.
Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Painless 360 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.